Good morning, students. This is Dr. Dilbaj from Lailpur Khalsa College of Engineering and Associate Professor in Department of Applied Science. So today we are going to discuss another very important and useful topic of graph theory, that is Hamiltonian path and circuit. Okay. So if you have gone through the previous lecture, we have discussed about Euler path and circuits in detail, and based on that we have discussed some examples also. Now, so it is a similar kind of a situation here, but there is small change. So let's start with the discussion. Okay, because it is already there in the previous section. We have traversed all the edge. This is the basically definition of the Euler path. So now we are going to discuss the application, another application of the graph theory, which we have to traverse all the vertices exactly once. Okay, and now let's start with the first definition, that is Hamiltonian path. What is that? A Hamiltonian path is connected graph, not a disconnected. And everybody clear about the connected graph. Is a path which contains each vertex of a graph exactly once. Okay? Matlab, whatever the path we are following, each vertex is there. Means we have visited each of the vertex, but only once, not two times. If you will go through the previous Euler path, we have visited each of the edge only once, but vertex may be repeated. But here situation is reversed. Okay, means we are visiting vertex exactly once. Okay, so this is known as Hamiltonian path. So Hamiltonian circuit, another situation, a Hamiltonian circuit is a circuit which contains each vertex of a graph exactly once and exact for the first vertex, which is also the last vertex. Means from where you have started, you are ending on the same. Correct? So now another important definition, that is the Hamiltonian graph. A graph which possesses either Hamiltonian circuit or a path is known as a Hamiltonian graph. And we have 3 marks. These remarks are very useful and it gives very important conclusion to us. So what is the conclusion? In the Hamiltonian circuit or a path, we have to visit all the vertices. This is very much clear. There may be some unvisited edges. Means we are not particular about the number of edges. Means we are not visiting all the edges, but we are visiting all the vertices once. So this is the important thing. We may have some edge we are not visiting. Correct? If G has n vertices, the Hamiltonian circuit will contain n edge correctly, because it is connected graph also. Whereas the Hamiltonian path will contain only n minus 1 edges. I will explain with the help of example. This one means like you have a 1, 2, 3. So you have a connection like this. So Hamiltonian circuit means you are starting from A. Let us suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. So you are starting from A, you have visited A, done, this is done. Correct? And now you are following this edge. You are done with the E1 edge. Now you have reached to B1. And now this is E2. You have visited this also, and you have visited C also. If you are talking about the path, then you have visited all the vertices of the graph. How many vertices are there? N means 3. Here n is equal to 3. Okay, and you have visited all the vertices, but you have visited only n 2 edges. So number of edges in a path, but if there is a circuit, then you have to visit this also. Correct? Means starting and end point must be same. So this is the main difference between the circuit and edge, and number of edges is always in a path, not in a circuit. Means when you have to take a circuit, then you will visit number of edges will be same. Correct? And also, now there may be some more than one Hamiltonian path in a circuit in a graph. It is possible. Correct? Now we have some proof, some result which are very useful, but they are without proof. So what are? If let G be a connected simple graph with n vertex and n is greater than 2, means you have minimum to minimum 3 vertex. Let U and V are the any two non-adjacent vertices in a G, then degree of V plus degree of V is always greater than is equal to n. Very simple. You can start from the small example also, like you have this, means n must be greater than 2, means we are taking 3, A, B, C. So what is the degree of A? Degree of A, these are the two adjacent vertices. You can take any two adjacent vertices. I am taking A and B. Like we have a U in place of U I am taking. So even you can take U also. No problem. See the degree of U. Here degree of U is 2, 1, 2. And degree of B is also 2. So what is the, and number of, n is the number of vertices. How many vertices? 3. So 2 plus 2 is always greater than 3. Correct? So you can verify, but condition is n must be greater than 2. Number of vertices must be greater than 2. This is the first result. So we can take this result by default. The another important result is if G be the connected simple graph, this is the connected simple graph, means every vertex have the connection with other. You can take this W. And so if n is greater than 2, the degree of any vertex, like you have a U vertex, or you can say take V. So degree of any vertex is always greater than is equal to n by 2. What is n here? You can take the same example. What is n here? N is equal to 3. Correct? So degree of V is equal to 2. So 3 by 2 is equal to half, 1.5. So 2 is always greater than 1.5. So it is verified. Correct? So we have, here is another important result. Like this is a very, very useful result. And what is M? Here M is the number of edges in a graph, and N is the number of vertices in a graph G, and G is the Hamiltonian graph. Okay, this is given. Now, so this result is always true, means number of, and you can verify from here also. So there is one graph, so you can verify. How many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4. So n is equal to 4. What is m? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So m is equal to 5. Now you can solve this one. N square minus 3n plus 2. So you have 4 square. It is 5, sorry. 4 square minus 3 into 4 plus 2. And 4 square 16 minus 12 plus 2. Correct? So 16 plus 2, 18. 18 minus 2, 6. And you have a half. Half means 6 by 2 is equal to 3. So m is 5. So 5 is greater than is equal to 3. So this result is always true. You can take any of the Hamiltonian graph. Okay. So see this example. From this example, the things are very much clear. Means if you will take this example, you can start because you have to visit each of the vertex. So let's start from E. So first visit this one E, then visit C. You have a C. You can go to B, or like you can go to E, D and B. Both you can visit. So D, then done, then A, done, then B, done. Now you are coming to C again. So what you have done, first thing, this is your Hamiltonian path, because path in which you are visiting each of the vertex once. You visited all the vertices once. But if you want to starting and end vertex same and you have visited all the vertices, then it will be a Hamiltonian circuit. So here circuit is not possible in, but path is there. Now here you can start from A. We start with A, then B, then C, then D. Done. Things are okay. Correct? And means path and circuits are same. A, B, C, D. This is the Hamiltonian path. Now A, B, C, D and again A. This is the Hamiltonian circuit. Now here neither circuit is exist nor path is exist, because you are visiting again and again. Very much clear from the figure. Okay. So here is another example. Example number 2. Does the graph given below Hamiltonian circuit justify your answer? So let's start. How you will do it? If you want to check it, I will start from A. So let's start from A, and you can move toward B also and D also. It is up to you, even E also. So I am moving toward B also. So I am taking this. So you have visited B also, correct. Now from B, I am moving towards C, correct. So you have visited C also. This is done. This is done. This is done. Now move toward E. Correct. So you have E. So you visited E also. Correct. Now from E, visit D. Correct. So this is, you have visited all the vertex. So this will be practically, if you will take the means, you have visited A, B, C, D, E and D. So this will be the A, comma B, comma C, comma D, E, comma D. So this is the Hamiltonian path. But they are not asking for the path. They are asking for the circuit. Okay, this is the path. Now if you will move again to A, so this will become A, B, C, E, D and again A. This will become the Hamiltonian circuits. Correct? So the whatever things I have explained, it is given in this examples. You can have AB, you can have AB, then C, then this, then E, then visit to D also. Okay. So in the end, you can have a DA. So this is the Hamiltonian circuit. Correct? So here is the another example. So does the graph shows below has Hamiltonian circuit justify your answer? The question is the justification. And you have example B also. Correct? So these are the very, very useful example. Now you know that we have done the theorem. If, let us suppose you tell me that if you have number of, how many vertices are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? So number of vertices is equal to n and is equal to 5. And number of edges is equal to, you have a 4. Okay, and we know that we have a theorem. If we have already, I have discussed the result in the theorem number 2, that now this is the result. You know that if G has n vertices, then Hamiltonian circuit will contain n edges. Correct? but whereas Hamiltonian path will contain n minus 1 edges. Okay, so if you will see this example here, n is equal to 5 and you have a number of edges n minus 1 means 5 minus 1 means path is possible, circuit is not possible, but circuit has n edges. Okay, so this is the main thing, means circuit is not, Hamiltonian circuit is not possible in this example. Correct? Even maybe they have discussed n is equal to 5, 4, and we know that must has n minus 1 edges, so circuit is not possible. Now we have these two examples, very interesting example. We have to verify whether Hamiltonian circuit is possible or not. And if you able to remember, we have discussed one result. If circuit is exist, then it must satisfy m greater than equal to 1 by 2 n square minus 3n plus 2. Okay, what is n? N is the number of vertices and m is the number of edges. So how many vertices are there? How many vertices are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is equal to 5. What is m? Number of edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's find the n square. So this value, 1 by 2, n square means 5 square minus 3 into 5 plus 2. Okay, so this will become 1 by 2, 25 minus 15 plus 2. So you have 1 by 2, 25 plus 27, 27 minus 15, 12. 12, correct? So you have a 6. And 8 is greater than is equal to 6. Means this condition satisfy, means therefore Hamiltonian circuit is exist. So they have verified. It has Hamiltonian circuit. Now we will check the same thing in this example, second example also. Correct? So how I will check? See it. This is the question. Now I am taking this question. So what is the m? M here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? How many vertices? 7. 7 vertices. N is equal to 7. So half into 7 square minus 3 into 7 plus 2. So half 7 square 49, 21 plus 2, 49 plus 2 51, 51, 51, 51 minus 21, it is 30, it is 15 and 8 is not greater than 15. This is not possible. So therefore Hamiltonian circuit is not possible. So they have discussed here. Correct? So here, okay. So this thing we have discussed. There is one more important result is there, very small but useful result. If you have a Kn, you know that it is a complete graph. Kn is always used representation of the complete graph. And n is the number of vertices and it is greater than is equal to 3. Either n, 3 or equal to 3. So Kn will definitely contain Hamiltonian circuit. In fact, how many? This much means n minus 1 factorial by 2. This is the result. Correct? So even it is better to discuss another example like here. Find the Hamiltonian circuit of minimum weight of given fluid. Very easy. So you need not to worry about this. So what that number of vertices are 4. So 4 minus 1 factorial by 2. How many? This is 3 factorial. 3 factorial by 3 into 2 into 2. So you are getting here 3. So how many Hamiltonian circuit? 3. And they have discussed all the Hamiltonian circuit. And they have discussed the weight also. Means we are adding all the weight also. Correct? So this is and you can go through these examples and we have exercise 1.5. So kindly do this exercise. Very easy. Very, very easy. Thank you very much.